He's gonna retreat.
No, he ain't.
No, the bird.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today in this video we're going to be going over the future technology event, or as I know it, the Build-A-Bear event, or the crafting event, which has come out in War Thunder, basically going from the 1st of April till the 12th of April, at least when you can actually get some stuff from it in-game. Now, what is this? Well, the crafting events in War Thunder are generally events where all you have to do is play the game, you get access to materials from playing the game, and then you're able to put the materials together and make vehicles. That's the general outline of it. One thing I will also note at this point is make sure to join the Tech Hub Discord. There is a link in the description, and I'll also pin it in a comment in the comment section, because when it comes to these events, sometimes things are shown a few days later which we can't know about right now. So we'll make sure to keep you guys updated through the Tech Hub Discord. I'm also going to be streaming every day during this event, so therefore you can see what is going on with it. Now, understand that there are some things which are unknown right now when it comes to how things work, and also other things which don't seem to be working properly. So it's always great when we start off an event and day one it's balked. So the first thing is you can get materials from basically playing the game in several different game modes, and by playing the game you get access to materials. Then you use the materials to craft specific things in the game, which you find through the schemes, which you also get, and then you put them together and you create the vehicles. That is just the base of it. So when you play certain game modes, so the game modes that are available for this event are Ground Arcade, Realistic, and Simulator, Air Arcade and Realistic, Naval Arcade and also Realistic, and supposedly as well you should be able to play the April Fool's events, such as the plane events, as long as you play in the rank 3 and above higher vehicles. Understand that the first vehicle that you get in the Tailspin event is a rank 2 vehicle, but they've actually changed it to rank 3 right now, so yes, you should be able to get boxes from this. I have played it for 2 hours and I haven't got any boxes. As we talked about before, there are issues with the system right now. Then you also have Warfare 2077. These vehicles should be rank 3 and above as well, so you should get box drops from it as well. So by playing the game modes, by getting the stuff in and from those game modes, you should also be able to get the boxes. Now, what happens? The basic equation is if you play vehicles of rank 3 and above in the game modes I just mentioned, you will get a material container every 10 minutes of in-battle time. This is not battle activity time, this is not in, anything like that, it is just in-game. So as long as you're in-game and you finish the battle with 50% battle activity at least, then you will get yourself a material container. This is also cumulative, so if you get 6 minutes in one match, then you get 14 minutes in the next match, this will equal 2 boxes overall, but you will get them in the second match, since it resets every time you hit 10 minutes of in-battle time. Then, on top of the materials container, there is also another thing that has come in, which are the rounds. And basically you get the rounds every 30 minutes of in-game time, and you need both of these things to be able to put together the vehicle and create a schematic for one of the vehicles that are on offer. If you play the strategist event, this is basically the same thing with just different names. That's pretty much how this is all working. I'm gonna make sure to do I'm gonna make sure to do recap videos every day to keep you guys informed if there are any changes. So what you do is you get the materials. You first thing, just as a little tip, do not open any of your crates until the end of your gaming session, so therefore you don't waste time opening crates, and also at the same time you don't waste time doing that, or if you're confused, maybe you'll spend stuff, without knowing what to do. Now, let's have a look at the in-game stuff to see how that all works when it comes to the crafting. So in-game, when it comes to where you want to be having a look at the workshop event or the crafting event, you go to workshop, and then all of your containers will be here when it comes to the materials, and then your materials themselves will be here. One of the things to mention is there is a part of scheme here, and if you get these, basically you get them by getting first places. This thing will actually reduce the time which is needed to assemble the thing, and that's actually this one right here, the part of the Minotaur scheme. When it comes to the part of scheme, that is a slightly different thing, which we'll get into here. So there are two general layers to this. The first layer unlocks the second layer. So once you've got all of your pieces, let's say you've saved up all your containers, which you can get a maximum of 40 per day, and that resets at 0000 UTC. So you've got a bunch of these, right? Now you can actually make them tradable on the Gaijin market if you don't want them. So by going from here to here, what it will do is it will create something which you can sell on the market. So if you're not interested in putting stuff together, use this. If you are interested, don't touch these. Leave them alone, you will just lose parts. So now when it comes to the second stage, now obviously I haven't been able to create anything because, as I said, there are issues with stuff counting right now. And has been for a while, but don't worry about that. I have had a look at some other people's schematics. So what you do is you pick a recipe. You have 3 to choose from. You have the Armored Capsule Substandard, the Armored Capsule Balance, and the Armored Capsule Scheme. Each of them costs a different amount for the scheme, and basically this one, if you use it, it spends fewer resources or less production time, so it's the best one to pick. Then the balanced one has access to the basic amount of resources and produce a talent part, so this is the middle one. And then the last one, it needs the most amount of resources. So if you have the ability to, and you have enough parts of the scheme, then you should every time pick the detailed one, because it will be quicker to manufacture stuff, or it will take less resources. So always go for this if you have the choice and you have enough of these part of schemes that you can push through. The ammunition you will just get over time, and once you have completed this, because once you complete this one, it will unlock the next stage, and then the next stage. There'll probably be around 4 or 5 or 6 stages as it goes, just because of how these things work. Once you have done that, you will have enough ammunition to be able to create your ammo rack. So create the ammo rack, and once you've put all these parts together, you will be able to make the Minotaur, and then the Minotaur will go into the vehicle receiving order number 850307. And then what you can do with this is you can either trade it for one of the first vehicles, so you can get the coupon of the SU-76D, and then once you have this, you can get the coupon of the JDS Ugur. You basically trade this one for this one. So you can't keep both from just having one vehicle receiving order uncommon. You need 2 of them in order to get both of these vehicles. And then once you've got one of these, then that means that you can go through the process again, and in order to get the XM8 USA, you have to go through the process 3 separate times in order to get either the XM8 USA or trade in the XM8 USA for the F4F early. Now all of these are coupon vehicles, so you will be able to purchase them or sell them on the marketplace if you want to, but basically it's all set up just like the strategist event with the extra component of this recipe thing, which I believe right now the best thing to go for is the Armored Capsule Detailed. As I said before, this may change. make sure to keep updated on the Tech Hub, and I will also do follow-up videos as well, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. And hopefully everything works now when it comes to all of the drops. So yeah, you get resources, you pick a recipe, it gives you a bunch of stuff you need to put together, you use the resources to put it together. Once they're all put together, then you should then you have that part completed. Then you put the rounds into the ammo rack, you create the Minotaur, and then you put the Minotaur into the vehicle receiving order and basically trade it for one of these. That is the basic system. It's incredibly simple. It is pretty much just moving down, clicking as you go. And as I said, if you're confused by that, that's completely fine. We'll make sure, to update you, and also I'll be live streaming. So if you have any questions, make sure to check out the Twitch and ask them. I will make sure to answer them for you. Right, so some terms do apply to this event as well, and also there is some extra stuff for PlayStation and Xbox players. So when it comes to the material containers, you get 1 to 4 pieces of material in them each, so there is quite a decent random element in them. These are the ones you get every 10 minutes with a 50% in-game battle activity. The rounds you get every 30 minutes spent in-game, with once again rank 350% in-game activity. But these boxes, you get yourself up to 40 per day. So once you hit the limit of 40 boxes, which equals obviously 400 minutes of play, or about 6 and a little bit hours, so probably around 8 hours of play overall per day, then you aren't able to get any more. What did happen in old events is that you could stack them. So let's say you play 10 or 12 hours the first day, then that will carry over to the second day, and then the third day. So all you'd have to do is play 1 hour on that day to be able to unlock 8 boxes at a time. We're going to test if that works probably on the third day, because that's when I'll actually have time to be able to do it. Then when it comes to the total event, you can get yourself up to 400 boxes. So you basically have 12 days in order to get 400 boxes. That is less than 40 a day. So it's going to be around about 6 hours to 5.5 hours per day in order to get all those boxes. Then when it comes to rounds, you can get 13 per day and 104 overall. So as long as you play the same amount as you are for the materials, you should also get the rounds as well, and there are hopefully no issues. Then when it comes to the parts of the Minotaur tank scheme, you can get up to 200 for the whole event. This is obviously the ones which are for the first places, if I believe. So all this will do, you don't have to worry about this too much. All this will do is reduce the amount of time it takes to put together stuff, to assemble stuff. So yeah, so you can get up to 200 first places for that. The main ones to focus on are the material containers. If you focus on them, then you'll be able to get everything as it goes along. 400 boxes over the event is going to be a long one, That's 400 times 10, that's 4,000 minutes in a 12-day period. I hope you're ready for a grind, because this is going to be it. And at the same time, if this is structured like the last events, which it looks like it is, you'll only be able to get 2 of the vehicles out of 4. This is unfortunately unconfirmed, and therefore I'm not going to comment on it. If it is found that you can only get 2 vehicles out of the 4, I'm going to be pissed. Now, as I said, you can get the materials between the 1st of April to the 12th of April. They reset at midnight UTC every day, and then also after that you will be able to use the market to be able to get some materials or sell some materials depending on what you want to do. And then assembling a tank takes time. It can be sped up by collecting a simple tank scheme of 25 parts or a detailed tank scheme of 50 parts. So that's pretty much how that works. It can be a little bit quicker to go through. We'll have to see what goes on with that. As I said, that's one of those up in the air things. But all the vehicles are coupons, and also for the PlayStation and Xbox players, you guys actually can obtain special items for GE, because obviously you don't have access to the market. So a box with materials you can just buy for GE, 30 pieces, and then also an ammunition replenishment, which allows you to receive additional rounds in battles without restrictions. 2 items for every 10 minutes in the battle, so there you go. You can get a step ahead of the competition, at least in the early stages. Right, now, this event may sound complicated, but it's incredibly simple. Just play the game, get the boxes, at the end of your playing session, open the boxes, and then use the materials to be able to put into the, use the recipes, and then make the ones which are the simplest, and then just set it up and then keep going like that. That's all you have to do. It's not too complicated. I know it sounds complicated, but it's literally just clicking. That's all it is, just clicking over and over and over again. If I can do it, my monkey brain can do it, your monkey brain can do it too. If you have any more questions, make sure to check out the Tech Hub Discord, and if that doesn't work for you, make sure to check out the stream where I'll be answering questions all day. Have a wonderful day, and let's get through this. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Conte Baraka, Trigger Hippie, Eugens Terry, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Hosest Kishore, Hans, Bareen, and Samuel Schlick for supporting the channel.